Hello.
Hi Daniel, how are you?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I'm doing well. Okay, do you mind if I record the interview?
It's fine with me.
Yeah?
Yes, it's
Okay,
okay.
let me just this. Um, okay, all right. So I'm ready. How are you doing?
I'm very good. Thank you. How are you?
Well, doing
Doing. We're
everything.
doing.
Yeah, everything's it's all right. I'm working on new stuff and pretty much work to do, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's a good problem. If we have work, it means we're healthy. We
Yeah.
can make a living. Not sometimes too much work is not so good, but it's better than nothing, right?
Yeah, it's totally better than nothing. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so hope you and yours are all safe and doing well.
Yes, thank you.
Um, how have you lived these last 2 years with the pandemic as a musician?
Yes, it was very tough, I think, for all the musicians, you know.
Hmm.
A lot of people that I know rely only on music, and, playing gigs, I mean.
Yeah.
So it was very tough. It is still very tough because it's still, I think the concert here are just starting again, but with restrictions. But anyway, touring was kind of out of the question, for the
Yeah.
band, for Voivod. So we concentrated on playing uh, online shows,
Hmm.
writing the album, recording, and we're looking forward to some shows, maybe in the summer,
Oh,
end of
well.
spring. We're talking about that. What's the possibilities? And we just announced a show in Philadelphia in the United States for a
Hmm.
festival, so it will probably happen. Um, as I've been very busy with teaching online. I have a website and I offer guitar lessons. So I have students all over the world, which is really, really good. I can share guitar passion in many countries. Meet with very interesting people and students. But I had to slow this down because I teach music in college as well, full time this winter, which
Hmm.
is great because there's no touring and all that. So I'm very lucky. I can make a living with music still, even though we're not on tour or anything. But I'm looking forward to go on tour again. I really miss meeting with the fans and play shows and walking in the city and hear different
Yeah.
languages and all that. So we all miss it.
But you're also really busy.
Yes, yes. I'm a bit like you, a bit too much work, but I'm not gonna complain.
Well, that's a good thing. Okay, so you have a new album, Synchro Anarchy, which is
Yes,
set to be released on the 11th of
yes.
February. And for those who are not familiarized with the Voivod discography, I think it's the 15th album in your career, and it's also your third album. Yeah,
Yeah,
am I
it's the
wrong?
third. It's the third full LP that I write with the band,
Yeah.
but we did also an EP of four songs. So it's the fourth recording with original stuff, but the third album. This is right. You're right.
Okay, and what can you tell us about the album in general terms before entering and talking about some stuff?
Yeah. Well, we started to write some stuff and improvise together in early 2020
Hmm.
because we toured for almost 3 years the wake, and we
Yep.
we had other tour planned. But everything shut down, so we lost our jam space. We couldn't get in touch with each other for continuing the process. So at the beginning I recorded many ideas by myself, and at some point we lost touch with each other, not
Hmm.
knowing if we go on tour again or not, and everything was suspended, and so it took a while until we got back together again to write stuff. So we did the streaming shows, a couple live shows in the summer, and then we realized, oh, we have to write something, like we need to. We're under contract. The clock is ticking. Let's do
Yeah.
it. But it was so compressed. Like we did everything in 4 months, but very intensively. And I had to teach, in college at the same time, doing the demos, the click track, the ghost track. Even recorded a lot of bass line on that one, and as a demo track. And uh, Snake is waiting for the music to be done before trying to
Yeah.
sing something. So it was very intense, and then we got into the studio with what we had built. Me and Away, mainly Away the drummer. We shared files, and he started to program drums on the ideas I put together, and he started to put riffs and ideas together and write drums. And in the blank, he would program beats without music.
Yeah.
So I could be inspired by the drums to write music over it. And it's the first time that I've done that. We welcome all of this as a creative tool, a process. It was frustrating at first, but then we looked at it. Okay, let's do something different. Let's
Yeah.
use this situation to make the process fun and interesting and different. It has its challenge, but when I heard the program MIDI track,
MIDI track. Yeah.
yes,
I've heard
when
of
I
it.
heard when I heard it, I thought, is he playing for real? Because it sounded
Yeah.
exactly the same, right? The same
It's
feel, the
it's
same
crazy.
groove.
It's
It
so
was totally
crazy.
nuts, yes.
Yeah.
And so it was easier for me to feel, strangely enough, and write in a natural way, and maybe more spontaneous way, because we didn't have much time. So I had to take decision very fast about the structures, tonality, and also, when Away took those pieces together, I told him, don't worry about the notes. Just worry about the rhythms. If it
Hmm.
fits well, I will rewrite it so it fits
After that,
together.
and yeah.
Yes. So it was a teamwork in that way. And then we got together in the studio to jam most of the songs, but they were not
Yeah.
finished. So Snake started to improvise melodies on it without word, just blah blah blah, and and so he could figure out the melodies and then write his lyrics while we were recording the songs.
That
And
sounds very tough and very fast. Everything it's been done in what, 4, 5 months after summer?
4 months writing, arranging, demoing, jamming, recording,
Wow.
mixing. Yes, very intense. And we had concert in between that as well.
Hmm.
We played a few shows, and so it was like we were all in a kind of an emergency state, like a
Yeah.
survival, 24/7. I couldn't sleep for 4 months. I was obsessed with writing, and Snake was obsessed with lyrics. He would go to work on something, in between session, and always thinking about the next phrase, and so we were totally committed to it, but
Yeah.
in a very pressured emergency state. So Synchro Anarchy is not estranged to that state of mind.
Yeah. I get the feelings. So, well, I think that the general idea of the album it's chaos. It's probably chaos, and I mean, what was the general concept behind the album before trying to record or writing, composing music? Was there a general idea, or was it something that came?
Yeah, it's a good question. Actually, I think we didn't have a precise idea, and we decided at some point that we didn't want to go into a concept album
Hmm.
again. So I think everything we experienced during the last 2 years, and everything before that, of course, influenced the way we approached creation. And I think Snake is a very sensitive person, and he dug deep into his soul and his thoughts to express himself through the band, and into fictional lyrics, but not so far from reality. And I think it came along the writing process of what would be the subject of this song or this song, because Snake has his way of doing thing. He waits for the music to be finished or so to get the idea of a subject. He's really
Mhm.
influenced by the mood of the song, and it's not he's writing lyric and then we write music over it. That's more a pop music kind of way.
Yeah.
But he's like, this song reminds me of this feeling. I have this emotion listening to the music, so it gives him an idea to there's a song talking about elders in retirement home, going a little bit more
Wow.
dementia, and how we treat them, and how sometimes they're not totally,
Yeah.
they're still conscious, they're still there, and they just want to leave in some way. And you know this guy is rocking, sitting in his rocking chair, and he's on his spare time is building a flying saucer in the in the in the outside of the home,
Yeah.
and he's telling everyone, someday I will go away with my flying saucer. I want to leave this place and blah blah blah. And finally, one day he's not there anymore, and this flying saucer is not there anymore.
That's pretty
So
tough.
yeah, it's symbolic, but
Yeah.
it's kind of mixed feelings, really, and so there's a depth to the lyrics that are really through, and that's touching, but it opens. I think it opens a door to reflection,
Mhm.
self-reflection, or reflection about what's going on in the world right now, the tension, everything, and it's a reflect of what we experienced, but we didn't want to. That's something about the album. It's we didn't want to talk about the situation we're in now, because we're just talking about that 24/7 in the news, everywhere, on social media. So much tension.
Yeah.
So we went to another
Let's move on
situation.
to another. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that too many bands have used the pandemic as a subject for their writing, and yeah, it's good. It's not a bad thing, but uh, we should probably start talking about other things instead of the pandemic, because we have all been living those last 2 years, and it's pretty actual. So it's not the necessary to continue talking about that. And that's one thing I really appreciate from of the Voivod music, because I like all your stuff, everything, every fucking thing. Sorry, but
Thanks.
I think that the the special thing about Voivod is that it can speak about too many things, actual things, but not the way we live them. And it's like it's for me, it's like a therapy. It's like
Mm.
to um, enter in a different world with the same problems we have in our current lives, and but it's another way to live and to feel. It's
Yeah,
my opinion.
I agree with you, because before I was in the band, I've been in the band since 14 years now, but
Yeah.
before that, I was feeling the same, and I always appreciated that, and it gives us some kind of perspective too.
Yeah.
We can distance ourselves from seeing the forest here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's what I mean. Yeah.
cool, cool. I'm
That's
happy to hear that.
and I also think that Synchronarchy is the perfect mixture of dimension and hatros, and and also the wake, which is the pretty near recording. I, I feel like there's a difference of what 30 35 years, but but it's pretty balanced. the music sounds like a continuation of Dimension with the Wake feeling. And well, not Dimension is not my favorite album. It's Out of Limits, but I think that the sound that Voivod got in Dimension Hatros was the finest for me. And Synchro Anarchy, it's I would say it's the best album since then.
Wow, thanks a lot.
And I think that it's very dark and very deep, which is not usual in the other Voivod albums, the four or five last albums. What is it about? Why it's so profound, so deep?
That's a good question. I think we just went along with how we felt,
Hmm.
and we didn't have much time to think about. I made sure every song had its own identity, was different from each other.
Hmm.
Uh, Sometimes I would change things because I thought it sounds too much like the other songs and stuff like that. And I'm really conscious about that, and also the kind of groove per song and the tonality, the different keys, uh,
Yeah.
or note starting note, so to speak.
Yeah.
So how it became like that is only, I think, being in this bubble for this amount of time, in this state of mind, in this particular era we live in,
Hmm.
and there was no plan. It's really authentic. It's honest. It's totally honest, spontaneous, and true. And that's the main goal of being an artist, is just putting your guts right there, and being yourself and express what you feel without overthinking it. I think when you overthink it, you might censor yourself, or change your line, and you miss the little magic that can happen.
Yeah.
So I don't have a clear answer to that, but I can tell you that it's very true, and that probably uh, how can I say it? Um, the I mean, it is what it is. It's exactly the reflection of what was happening during that period of time, that we were all working together in a kind of chaos, but emergency state, like I said before, and all the feelings that we've been through lately. Yeah,
So
there's not it's not a perfect sentence. Sorry,
it's
but
it's the magic of being Voivod, and that's
yeah, I
it.
guess so.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, what is which one is your favorite Synchro Anarchy song,
Oh my
and
God.
why?
You know what? We've done it so fast, fast but very intensely, that it's been a while that I've listened to the songs now,
Hmm.
because at some point you need to take a break from them.
Yeah.
Uh, it's really hard to tell. Uh, when Planet Eater's video came out, I was like, "Oh, we did a good job, man.
It's a very good song. Yeah.
I like it. I like it." And when I like something that I was writing, it's pretty rare. We're tough with our own material. And then the Synchro Anarchy came out, and I was like, "Wow, man, that chorus really works."
Yeah.
And the back vocals, and
Totally.
the chord change, and it's like,
Yeah,
very
it's another a different direction in the whole song. Yeah, it's
s- s-
pretty good.
yes. And I remember there's a song, Mind Clock, by
Yeah.
example, is very progressive, very pensive, kind of soulful, more deep.
Yeah.
I like that vibe too. And there's I don't remember the title. Wait a minute.
Mine's Quest for Nothing. I'm in love, totally in love with that
Hol-
song because
Holographic.
because the Holographic thinking. It's
Yeah.
the last song in the album,
It's
maybe. It's
uh,
eighth or
it's the
ninth.
one that starts with the guitar. Ding, digga, digga, ding, digga, digga, ding, digga, digga, ding. But I like that one because I was inspired by uh, Emerson, Lake, and Palmer
Yeah.
overture in this Olympic Stadium in '76 in Montreal. And I'm born in '76, and there's footage in Montreal of ELP playing rehearsing in the Olympic Stadium before
Oh
their show,
shit.
and they have winter coats. It's very cold, and
Yeah.
the song is very like grandiose, and it's a 12/8 beat, the ternary music, and I just catch that vibe and try to do something similar without copying, but I
So
enjoy that one.
there is a connection between ELP and Voivod.
Yes, yes, and Piggy was a big fan too. I think he ripped off some chords of Keith Emerson on his guitar, some weird voicing.
Yeah.
And you were talking about Quest for Nothing, I think.
Yeah, it's my favorite one.
Wow, that's
I really like the guitar sound, the riff. It's pretty. I, I I tried to play guitar in a moment of my life, and I was really bad. But I've tried to do that. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to. But yeah, the riff it's heavy, it's progressive, it's yeah, it's the perfect mixture of Voivod sounds.
great. Thanks a lot. And
I love it.
I think that's the one which ends up with the mandolin at the end, at the
Yep,
fade out.
yep. It's
Yeah,
the longest song in the album.
yeah, it's a very Oh, this one was inspired by 70s old cops and thieves movie from the
Yeah,
USA with the kind of car
chasing and
yeah, and
oh,
there was like always the progressive 70s with the jazz bass and some
yeah,
conga,
some yeah. It's that I was trying to think what's the song about because I don't have the lyrics, but what's the song about and try to put the pieces together, but never managed to understand what the song was about. But yeah, now that you say that, I think I get the feeling of the movies, the chasing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. There's kind of stress, in the riff.
yeah,
Kind of, it's all in 16 notes. Tick, 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 tick.
yeah,
So it
totally.
creates that little kind of
It's an
stress,
atmosphere of yeah,
and yeah, it was like music, like in the Bullet movie. I don't know
yeah.
if you're familiar with it. Lalo Schifrin. Lalo Schifrin was
Lalo
the
Schifrin, yeah.
composer. Man, great
That's
music,
yeah,
amazing.
totally.
So it was inspired by that kind of feel, and looking for something, quest for
Oh,
nothing. What are we looking for? Nothing.
yeah.
Like
There's
it's
a lot of stuff in Synchro Anarchy. I never thought that it would be so deep. Everything. I love it.
I'm glad.
And what is your favorite Voivod song in general
Of
terms
all time.
of all
Oh
time?
my God, that's
If
that's
you
a
only had
very
to
tough
choose one
one.
song.
That's a totally unfair question.
Unfair.
uh, oh my God, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't have an answer to that if I'm asked. But
one song that I really like, and we played it live for a while, but it's really hard to play, is "Forgotten in Space."
yeah,
But I also love Jack Luminous, and I
you
also
are.
love Rise from Phobos, and there's no answer, but that's
There's no
three
answer.
good songs right there.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So we have very little time. Plans for the future, some touring, and do you plan to play some Voivod songs that may have been that haven't been playing for a long time?
I
Like,
I really hope so. We talked about it because we will need to start the machine again
Yeah.
very soon. So and I have to program my sound and my pedal board. It depends on the set list, but we talked about refreshing the whole set list, let go of the songs we played for the last 4 or 5 years. You know, we always manage to have a different set list, but there are some songs that were there since a while. So I suggest some titles, and Away suggest also maybe bring back some oldies from the War and Pain and Roar.
Yeah.
But the new album for sure. But we're gonna change some songs in the set list, most of them basically, and maybe keep one or two classic that we have to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be fun for us to play new new stuff and new old stuff as well. And the concert we did online, which they will be available on the new website that will be out on the
Hmm.
11th. And the three concert we did, when we did Dimension Atros and Nothing Face whole album,
Whole album.
it's it certainly influenced us to write
Yeah.
the new stuff. I think the Dimension Atros color that you've talked about comes a bit from playing the whole album not
That's
so long
cool.
before.
Yeah.
So it influenced us in a good way because I really love those albums. And the intricacy between bass and guitars and the dialogue, and Piggy is very much part of the Voivod sounds nowadays
Yeah.
too, you know. But I forgot the question, but
Well, no, just if you have any plans for the future
yeah,
touring and
of course
s-
we have planned and we had planned, but plans didn't go as expected.
yeah,
So it's very hard to predict, but we really miss going on tour and meet our friends and play shows. It's something that I realized it's part of our balance. It's part of our life. So for so many years that it was very destabilizing uh, not to do it, and I realized I really, really love uh, my job, so to
yeah,
speak,
that's
doing
cool.
music, and we're really, really privileged to be able to do that and to have a great support by the fans and very loyal fans. The Voivod
Very, yeah,
are a big family because it's a special band. This very unique music. I'm not saying it I'm saying it in a humble way. And I was not part of the the whole beginning, so I can say it as a fan as well. And I think the people that likes the band, the new fans and old fans, once they get it, once they get into the universe and all the drawings of Away and everything and the music, it's hard to get out after that.
yeah,
It's a kind of a celebration and gathering of very special people. It's a fragile group of people, and I really miss them. And we really hope to visit soon again.
yeah. I would like to say hello to the people in the Facebook group Voivodians,
Yeah.
which I think you are in.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because it's, yeah, as you said, it's like a family and we're all together as one.
Yes.
And I think that it's the magic in Voivod, also the music, but it's the the way of being near to the fans. I met you a couple of years ago with Night Rage playing in Barcelona. Took
Yeah, I
some
thought so.
photos with Away, with you, not with Snake and Rocky, but next time. And
Next time.
my suggestion is not to take off Fix My Car from the setlist because I've never seen it live and it's my favorite one.
Okay.
And if there is a chance to play Suck Your Bone for the next
Aha.
touring.
Okay. I'll take note.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mario.
You're welcome. Thank you for the interview. Hope you had a good time. And
Yes, of course.
see you on the road. Stay
Yes.
safe, healthy, and that's it.
Peace and health to you, and see you soon, I hope.
For you and yours too. Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Cheers.